So this week has been insane when it comes to just news about what's happening with Siege, from good news like Siege X being announced and all of the content that's going to be coming to the game, as well as some very worrying information being brought to light by leakers. Usually what happens with leakers is that when you see a tweet about them in Ubisoft, it's like, oh, they DMCA'd me, or oh, they gave me a cease and desist, but this time it's actually really bad. What I'm talking about is basically Ubisoft support pulling accounts. The way they do this is through the support team, and allegedly it's those people being the ones who are pulling those accounts. Apparently the way this works is by them having a bot that's coded to spam recovery cases to look like something like this, like, hi, I lost my access to my alt account, and then you just have the username and the profile ID listed, and this triggers the Ubisoft bot or whatever they use to try and to verify it. I'm not going into like a lot of detail because even I don't really understand exactly how this works, but basically they remove your two-factor authentication and the phone number associated with the account, and it basically gives them the ownership of the account then. And once, of course, they get those accounts, what do? They sell them. Now the accounts that are mostly at risk are the ones that have like sought-after skins, like Glaciers, VIP skins, old seasonals, just skins that are going for like a lot of money on the marketplace at the moment. But basically, the way this information came to light and how Ubisoft is handling it is just painting Ubisoft in a very bad light. And this doesn't mean that Ubisoft is not doing anything wrong. Like, in fact, they are the ones who are to blame for this. Because if you know Frax, he is a leaker in the Siege community, well, a former leaker, because now he got a cease and desist, as well probably multiple DMCA strikes, and he is forced to stop leaking. Because he has been contacted by the Ubisoft's head of trademark. They have informed him that Ubisoft is contacting their UK attorney. I'm guessing he lives somewhere in the UK, and this whole situation is just screwed beyond anything, because basically they think that he is involved where in reality he isn't. He just knows certain people who are in that sphere and that's it. The only thing he does do, as well as other leakers, is data mining, which isn't illegal, because basically what they do is access public endpoints on the Ubisoft API. Basically, they said that he targeted Ubisoft infrastructure, which means like actually accessing private data. But the thing is that, you know, that API that I mentioned, like that's sort of how this whole situation got turned for like even worse, because on those endpoints, basically Ubisoft apparently has been storing your billing info, because he recently found an exposed endpoint that stores every single purchase, and some have even the billing info attached. And the thing is that he could not go public about that because sharing that kind of information is actually illegal. The thing is that like information like this should never be exposed, especially when it comes to, you know, your credit card number, your PIN, where you live, you know, all of that stuff. Like, and just overall, the way that they've been going around doing this is basically just pinpointing everything on the leakers, saying that they are the ones to blame and that they are doing like illegal things. Like, essentially they're saying that like, hey, you hacked us and you got access to this information and now we're going to sue you. When in reality, all they want is for this info to just become private. But luckily, the whole story kind of has a happy ending, because Shiny, another leaker, has apparently got word from a developer at Ubisoft where they are willing to talk about this whole situation and how they discovered it, and hopefully, you know, fix this. But at the same time, things like this even happening are insane, because I think that like only Ubisoft is like capable of a situation like this where your billing info is basically to some extent public. But with that being said, if you got your account pulled, let me know how it happened. And I'm really hoping that, you know, they actually give you back your account. But with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, it does mean a lot to me, and as always, good luck in game.